guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I am with Nessa and Tati and we are headed to the Roxy to try to go to Monsta X's All About Love album, what is it, like Q&A session slash mini concert. So yeah, we're headed there now. We just got some bread from 85 Degrees and then we're going to my friend's house really quick to pick up tickets because I forgot to print out tickets. So yeah, but Tati, say hi. Hello. Ooh, I look messy. And then there's Ness, she's driving, being a responsible driver. But yeah, so I will update you guys when we get to the Roxy. Bye. Okay, so we are going to listen to the new album from Monsta X, All About Love, because today is Valentine's Day. It is officially Monsta X Day. This whole video is going to be about Monsta X, but you already know.
You've been new.
We'll just listen to the ones that
we haven't listened.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's Happy Without Me.
There we go.
Ooh,
Well,
so sad. Okay.
We're crying before we get there.
Okay, we got this. Oh, true.
Liberty.
Oh, let's go. They're in America.
That'd be like the intro of their song. Liberty and liberty and liberty. Happy Without Me.
Oh.
Wait, they said has it really been 5 or 6 months? But it's been 5 or 6 months since the concert actually. That was so ugly. Oh my god, wait, was that Wano's voice?
It might have. Oh, that's your boy.
Without.
Oh, this is pretty. Hey. I start dancing with it.
Wait, I can't even hear you now.
Hey. Ooh. This is emo.
Yeah, this is... Oh my god! Who wants to drive? I start getting out so I can just like start dancing. Wait, but this song slaps!
Oh.
Oh my god! Oh, that's my
Without me.
Well.
Wow.
I'm emo.
That was such a good start to the album.
I love him. This one's got my number. Oh, this is the whole track.
Hey, I'm not ready.
Wait, do you know when we got like the text messages?
Yeah.
And the one was like, oh, like if
Oh,
you.
I remember your screenshot.
Yeah, the one hoe text. I was like, oh my god, this has got my number.
There it is.
I gotta go. I gotta blast.
Kind of pretty for a whole track.
I know. Oh, what? Oh! My hand was on the phone.
Love who they love. Juhan.
What was Juhan?
No, like at the concert, like, you know,
Yeah.
like, oh, that's what I meant. I know that's not Juhan's voice.
I know, I was like, wait, what?
No, that was so new, but that just reminds me of Ju.
And then she's the one.
Excuse you? Wow, okay.
He's just freaking.
His voice. He hasn't told you yet, so he better tell me today.
Exactly.
I'll tell you anything. He's not talking about me because I don't know shit. Wall sits. Just, I'm sitting right now.
Juhan!
Juhan's owning this. Oh. They got me messed up, boy.
Probably doesn't even know the sounds about it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This one's so pretty. I think this one's my favorite.
So far, I don't know which song's my favorite. They're all so good.
Either this or someone, I think. Woo! Good boy.
Okay, but imagine if they sing this at the concert.
I would cry.
You just see all the confetti and everything. We're all just holding each other crying. Oh, we're not even gonna be next to each other. We're gonna be like.
Goodness.
It's not even a sad song and I feel like crying.
I know.
I was about to start crying and then I was tripping.
Next one is You Can't Hold My Heart. Damn. We're getting all the emotions. Oh, it's all about love because there's like breakups and cute. Oh, it makes.
You're fine. Wait, this was a teaser that they put for Kyun. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Oh, they sure did. Excuse me. Their singing techniques that they're using for this English album are a lot different from their Korean.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
Sis.
Oh my god. Tati's face with the beat, Josh.
Why is it so pretty? This is so pretty.
Oh my god, I love this album.
Nessa, you have like this glowing light behind you.
She's glowing.
She's just gone.
Glowing. Hi. Not even trying. The sun is just on this side. Oh. Is that Mono?
That's what I thought, but I don't know.
I want to cry.
I know.
You said that, it hit my heart, and I said, oh my god. This is so good. What? Okay, so it's the next day. It's February 15th, and yesterday I was just really tired when I got home, and the content I filmed I just didn't like, so I'm refilming it today. But basically, we didn't get into the Roxy Theater, but everything was okay because we got to see Monsta X like right up to Tower Records in Jaguars, and I did get into the meet and greet at Tower Records, and so did Nessa and Tati, which is amazing. Like, that was honestly the best thing that could have possibly happened. So in a way, I guess I'm glad that we really didn't get into the Roxy, because maybe that wouldn't have happened. So good karma happened from not getting into the Roxy. But yeah, there was a lot of drama yesterday, kind of, from what I've heard. The Roxy was honestly super unorganized, and they kept us there in line for so long when we just didn't need to be. And I don't know, something about Twitter beef, I really don't know too much about that. But anyways, we got to Tower Records at around 3 o'clock, and then Monsta X pulled up in their Jaguars. All 7 of them were in Jaguars, and I'll insert the video that I took here now. Basically they just greeted us, and then they walked into Tower Records, and I was like in the front of the line for Tower Records in the meet and greet, and I think we were like the second or third batch of people to go inside. I wasn't in line with Tati or Nessa because they had the 5 to 8 p.m. slot, but yeah, we were just texting on the phone. But basically when we got in, we stood in a line, and as you keep walking around the room, because you just basically make a big circle around the room, and they had like clothing racks that had their merch hanging off of it, so like their hoodies, their t-shirts and stuff like that, and it was kind of like whatever's there is what's left. So, and some of the merch was like exclusive to that pop-up shop, so if you wanted to buy it, you'd have to buy it at the pop-up shop. And also, if anybody wants like any of their normal merch, I'll leave a link down below if anyone wanted to buy something from this line. And anyways, so you get in line, and while you're standing in line, the staff will like come to you as you get closer, and they'll take this little book from you, and they'll start to go pack the items that you ticked off on there, and then they go get it for you, and they'll call your name when it's ready. And while you're waiting, so in the center, I don't know if you guys have seen pictures of inside the pop-up shop. If you haven't, I'll insert a photo here too. But basically there's big cutouts of the boys and then balloons on the floor, and it's like also in a circle. So in between like the cardboard cutouts, there are little like holes or like triangles, and you can see the boys at the table. So like it was really fun to make interactions with them because it was so slow, and like because people are buying merch, because a lot of us stayed in the merch line to kind of have more time to look at them at the table, they interact with you. So like this girl that I was standing in line with, we were like staring through the hole like this, we were just staring, and then Shonu and Kihyun looked at us and we were just like, it was really, really cute. And then this girl, poor girl, I think she got really excited. I don't know what happened, or it just slipped out of her hands, but she dropped her mondongi and it broke, and like the top part of the mondongi just, it's completely off now. I feel so bad for her. I would cry. But yeah, so basically they called our names and pay for your merch. Actually, I'm going to insert a little clip here of everything that I got from the pop-up shop. So here's like a little haul video of everything that I got. And then you walk towards like the table, and basically you're walking by yourself on your own. Like usually high touch for tour, you have someone behind you, like it's just a whole line and you're just going touch 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 touch. But for this, like you walk by yourself, and there was like a good distance to get to the table, and it was so awkward. I felt like I was walking down like a wedding aisle, because they had like staff or security standing on the side of the pathway, and they're just like standing in black and they're just looking at you like this, and I was just kind of like, oh my goodness. And like I started walking really slow because I was really nervous. And Kihyun was first, so the order of the table was Changyun, Shonu, Kihyun, Youngwon, and then Minhyuk. And I'm so glad they didn't start with Shonu this time, because last time I made a fool out of myself when Shonu was first. But you know, honestly, having Changyun first doesn't make it any better because he's my ultimate bias. And seeing him, I started walking even slower and I got really shy, and I think I just kind of smiled, and he looks at me and he goes, and I was just like, bro, you can't do that to me, I'm already scared. And then like this time it was a lot better than tour, because I think we had a little bit more time, like at least 15 seconds, and like he just held my hand like this, and I'm pretty sure I told him that I love him and that I would be seeing him again tomorrow, which is today. And then I told him that I was really thankful for his Through the Night cover. But I don't know, the Through the Night cover part was a little bit interesting because it didn't really go as planned. I wish I told him that I loved him and that I was thankful for the cover, and then tell him that I was going to see him again tomorrow, because I think he thought I was done talking to him after I said I'd see him again tomorrow. But basically after I told him that I'd see him again tomorrow, I moved on to Shonu, and like I looked at Shonu's face. He was like so close, like his eyes sparkle, And like I turned back to look at Kyun because I knew I forgot to tell him about the cover thing. So I'm just like talking to him, but he's not even looking at me anymore because he's waiting for the next person. And like I said that, and Shonu's just like staring at me as I'm talking to nobody because Changyun's not paying attention. And like he has his hand out like this and he's just looking at me super close. And then when I turned back to look at him, I was like, oh my god. I was like, Shonu, look, like Shonu, I'm sorry. Basically I told him that I love him, he's a great leader and a great person. Shonu, you are my weakness. And then next was Kihyun, and this was the first time I've ever met Kihyun. So, and I didn't even realize that until after I met him. But Kihyun is such a sweetie. He's literally the best boy on this planet. Nessa, again, do not come at me. I know I'm coming at your boy. I know I came at you for coming at my boy. But Kihyun is literally the best human being alive. He's such a gentleman. Like it's hard to find a person like that, I feel like. It's just very apparent that he's that type of person. But he has like the biggest smile, and I know the boys were really tired. And he just kind of grabs your hand and he goes like this, and he's like, you know. And I told him that I love him and that I was really grateful for him. And then I promised Ness that I would tell Kihyun that she loved him because I didn't know they were gonna get into the meet and greet too. I told him that I love him and that I'm really grateful for him and that he's amazing. And then I told him that my friend Nessa was outside and that she really loves him and that she couldn't get into the event, like this event, but she really loves him. And then he was like, oh, okay, that's okay. And I was just like, Kihyun, stop. Kihyun is beautiful, more beautiful in person. He's just a beautiful human being. I respect that man so much. Okay, and then Hyungwon was next, and from tour I really don't remember my like interaction with him. I think I was just like, oh my god, hi. But this time I saw him, and his hair right now is like an ash brown, ash blonde shade, and I'm a sucker for that kind of shade. So I just walked up to him and I was like, and he was all smiley and stuff too. I loved Chae Hyungwon. Oh my god, my sunshine. And like he had his hand out and like he kind of goes like this too, which is so cute. Oh my god, Hyungwon. And I just told him, Hyungwon, I think your hair is so cute, which because he's rocking it right now. That boy is adorable. I went on to Minhyuk, and low-key I think Minhyuk was just not having a really good day. Once they pulled into Tower Records on their Jaguars, he just didn't look that happy or not that like talkative. So I hope that he's okay. He was kind of like in that mood too at Barnes & Noble, and it's not just me that noticed it. My friends noticed it too. So yeah, I hope Min, if you're somehow watching this, I hope you're okay. But basically when I got to Min, like he smiled, like I think he's trying, maybe he's tired, I don't know. But we held hands. He's kind of like looking at me like trying, I don't know, it's kind of like a look that he's trying to like recognize me or something like that. And I hope he does not recognize me from the world tour because I literally just screamed in his face. Well, I explained this before. It was like a little thing that he said in the Connect World Tour DVD thing about him wanting Monbebes to tell him that he's more beautiful today than he was yesterday. So that's what I told him at the world tour. I don't know if he's trying to recognize me or something, but yeah, I just hope he's okay. And then after you finish the high touch, you have to walk out right away. So I just left. And then I waited for Ness and Tati too, and I called them right away to like tell them. And like while I was like fangirling over it, like Ness told me that like the security guard looked so happy for me, which I didn't even catch because I was looking at them while I was trying to talk to them. And like she said, yeah, like the security guard looks so happy for you. So yeah, and then I was just waiting for them. Then after we were done, we just left and we went to go get boba. And then after that they dropped me off somewhere, and then we went our separate ways, and I miss them so much. But yeah, that was everything that happened at Tower Records on Valentine's Day. So I feel like LA Monbebes won this Valentine's Day, like because we got to spend Valentine's Day with Monsta X, and I don't know how many people get to say that, but it was really amazing. And I don't know, I wouldn't have traded this experience for anything in the world. And then moving on to the Barnes & Noble's meet and greet. So that was today. I just got home not too long ago. So the Barnes & Noble's meet and greet was at the Grove. I wore this jacket, Adidas like Fiorucci jacket, and I'm just wearing black here and like a skirt. I met some people off of Twitter and we went together as a group of 4 since the photo op was 4 people per group, and it worked out pretty well since we all had different biases. So I'm really glad that like some people thought about doing that. So we met up at the Grove around 1:40-ish. But yeah, it was really cool to meet them, and they're super nice. So we waited in line for not too long. Barnes & Noble's closed off their store around 2:30 to let us in, and the line moved pretty fast, and I'm glad we kind of went there early. You know, like whatever happens happens, like everyone's just going there for a photo op anyways. So yeah, we were pretty close and the line moved pretty fast, and once we walked in we went to the second floor to get our wristbands and they scanned our tickets. And I feel so bad because there are two girls that started, like they stood to the side of like the line, and one of like the staff members slash like security guards walked over to them and he was like, so I understand you're having trouble scanning your barcode. And the girls were like, yeah, like we bought them off of someone. So I'm pretty sure people who bought the ticket off of a reseller who didn't change the ticket to their name too, like through that whole Barnes and Noble's process, and they got turned away. But once we got into line, we got a wristband. The green wristband was for if you bought the normal album, and then you got a red wristband if you bought the vinyl version. And then we went up to the third floor, I think the third or fourth floor, but basically the event took place on the fourth floor of Barnes & Noble's. But yeah, the line moved pretty fast. Everything was pretty organized at Barnes & Noble, which was really surprising. People who were like going alone or like only had 2 or 3 people, they would call them up with like a microphone or something like that and tell them to come up in front of the line, and then they'd pair them up with like another person or like another group to make them a group of 4. So thank God I met Macy, Aman, and Chris, so that we had our group of 4 already. The order for the Barnes & Noble's photo op was Kihyun, Changyun, Shonu, Minhyuk, Hyungwon. So you'd have to put your purse on like a table, and while we were waiting in line, some girls had extra like paper and like pen and envelope, and they asked us if we wanted to write a note for Monsta X because they were accepting gifts in like a box and stuff like that. So we were like, sure. So in line we wrote a note to them, and then we gave our gift to the security guard slash staff member, and they'll put it in a box for you. So when it was our turn, it goes so fast. Like they're just kind of like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Once you go, they go next, 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 move, move, move. And we all went in, and like it just kind of threw us off because they were rushing us so much. And Macy didn't get to sit next to Kihyun, so I felt so bad. So she went all the way towards the end, and I think she was in between Minhyuk and Hyungwon. And then I feel bad for Chris because Chris wanted to sit with Hyungwon, but she sat in between Shonu and Minhyuk. And then Aman, she sat between Changyun and Shonu, which was where I was originally gonna sit because that was like, we planned like this whole order thing. And then I sat between Kihyun and Changyun, which is totally fine. Like none of us really care who we sit next to at the end of the day, but we were just trying to like help each other sit next to our biases. So yeah, when we got there, like I saw Macy just go straight down. In my mind I was like, Macy, what are you doing? Like Kihyun's right here. And then I told them, I was like, wait, we need to switch, because I really wanted everyone to sit where like they wanted to sit, because like I felt so bad. So I was like, wait, we need to switch. And then Kihyun goes, is everything okay? Do you guys need to switch? And I was like, oh my goodness. I was like, Kihyun, like I hope he didn't take that the wrong way, but I was like, no, everything's okay. So I just sat down next to Kihyun and Changyun, and I was just like, everything's fine. And then Aman has the tattoo that Changyun has of like the happy face, sad face, and she has some other tattoos too, but he saw her wrist and he was like, is that real? And I'm just like, Ken, how many times and to how many people are you gonna ask if their tattoo is real? Like, boy, are your tattoos real? But yeah, so there had that interaction, and because he said that, I turned around and I looked at him and I was like, boy, did you really just ask that? But yeah, the picture went by super fast, and then they're like, okay, keep it moving. And I didn't even get to like say bye to Key or anything like that. But for the photo, basically I just did this, and I saw Kihyun like out of the corner of my eye. He was like this too. And then Changyun, I'm pretty sure he was just standing there. There's really no time. Like they were like, are you ready? Okay, let's take the picture. So it was really fast paced. So honestly, I don't really know how that picture is going to turn out. I hope the photographer like can see that the picture actually looks good before he told us to go, because it would kind of suck if the picture didn't turn out good. So anyways, after we got up, we just said bye, and then I was staring at Changyun. But yeah, so then Shonu was next to him, so I just stared at Shonu and I was like, hi Shonu. And he was looking at me. He kind of leaned in too. Again, this boy just likes to lean, and I think I just told him that he's really the best leader and that I really love him. And then Min was next to him and he was quiet again. So like I said, I just hope Minhyuk's okay. And then Hyungwon, Chae Hyungwon, he's sunshine, saves the day. This boy, I don't know, I love him. But he's just smiling, and like while I'm still staring at everyone, he looks at me and he goes, like he nods like, it's okay, like high-five me. He's the only one that had his hand out for a high five, and I was just like, Youngwon. Such a good memory. So this time we high-fived with the left hand, so now both these hands have been blessed. Right hand yesterday, left hand today with Youngwon. So you know, but yeah, so that was it. And then when you go out, you get your bag off the table, and then they rushed you again. And then a guy passed out this little flyer thing. On the back there's like a code to get our pictures after they're done, so hopefully that's out soon. If it is, I'll insert it here. If not, then you can check it in my social media, which will be linked down below anyways. And then we went around the corner to pick up our albums, and they cut off like the wristband that we have, which kind of sucks because I wanted to keep the wristband, and then they give you your album. Basically we just left after that. So that was basically my experience these 2 days. It was super exciting, and I don't even know how to like come back from this weekend, because like that was seeing Monsta X twice, and both of them had like interactions. So like I don't know, I just can't wait until their concert. I really miss them, and like I just don't know when this type of opportunity is gonna come again. International Monbebes, or at least in the US, won, because this was like an opportunity of a lifetime, which I'm forever grateful for, and like I can't wait to like look back on. Even though we couldn't film a lot of the stuff, I'll have those memories in my heart forever. But anyways, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching, and I hope everyone had a really great Valentine's Day. And to all the other Monbebe in the world, I hope you guys get to meet Monsta X really soon. But yeah, we're in this Monsta X boat for life, you know that. Give All About Love a lot of attention, because it deserves so much recognition. The boys work so hard on it, and I will leave a link up there to my unboxing of their standard album that I got from the Barnes & Noble's meet and greet, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!